What's up? I am Nick, coach of the Cerulean City Psyducks in the PBL, and this week I had a battle with David of the Fuchsia City Fearows. So this battle starts off with me leading with Jeff Kaplan, my Blitzcore, and he leads with the one thing I didn't want him to lead with out of his team, which was Manaphy. I was okay if any of my other Pokemon pretty much went up with Manaphy, but not Blitzcore, so I had to switch out, and I brought in my Whiskers, the Gyarados, because I was hoping I'd be able to, or I checked it more, and I should have been able to take pretty much anything from Manaphy, except for the thing that I wasn't expecting it to bring, which was stupid of me, which is Hidden Power, I'm assuming Electric, because it just, I think I would have been able to take any other Hidden Power, possibly, maybe not. But still, then I bring out Illuminati, my Magneton, I'm like, alright, he's another one who I know can take pretty much anything from this Manaphy, and then he sends out Girthang, his Doublade, who I hit with a Thunderbolt, which would have absolutely destroyed Manaphy, so it's a good switch on him, and it gets really good damage on that Doublade. And he tries to do a Shadow Sneak, which really doesn't do as much as he was probably hoping for, but at least it was some chip damage, and I take out his Doublade with another Thunderbolt. Since I was, I believe, choice specs in... Yeah, so Aerodactyl comes out, and I'm like, alright, I'm an idiot, so I'm just gonna stay in, because, you know, Magneton's super fast, and he can outspeed everything, except, you know, I'm stupid and wrong, so I just get annihilated with this Earthquake. That's, yeah, not really a type of finish for me there. I would have done great damage if I had hit him with a Thunderbolt, but when he goes Mega Aerodactyl, I think he's got 150 base speed, so not much I could do there. In this case, I sent out Blitzcore again, and I was thinking, okay, he should be able to wall off most things, except for, you know, that 4 times Ice Weakness. So another kind of dumb move there without thinking that he might be packing some ice with him. Then I bring in my Rotom Heat, which is someone who I know could take anything from the Aerodactyl pretty well, and hit him really hard with that Volt Switch, and then go back out just because it was some of the best damage I could do right then. And I bring in my Serena, who also could take some pretty good licks from him. So he used Roost, and I unfortunately was hoping he would, or thinking he would switch at that point and bring in someone else. I don't remember who I was expecting to bring in, but I used Player Up with this. Did some good damage, but not quite enough. I should have gone for what I went for this next turn, which was Trop Kick, for several reasons. And he Roosts again, and this time I hit him with the Trop Kick, and it does significant damage. Like I said, I should have gone with that last time because I probably could have gotten the KO on him, and it drops attack, so that would have been a much smarter move. So at this point he's like, well, I'm not dying, so he brings in his Big Woofs, the Arcanine, who is a pretty hard counter for my Serena. And he hits me with an Intimidate, and I hit him with a Trop Kick that was meant for Aerodactyl, and doesn't really do much damage, but also does get an attack drop, which doesn't really change too much of the outcome of the battle, but it kind of did help. He brings in greatly named Heady, his Dodrio, and I switched out at the same time. Bring in my GG Easy Bake again. And he switches out, and at this point I'm like, okay, well, I was gonna hit him with this move either way, so I come back once I get Intimidated, which drops my attack a little bit, which probably weakened the damage on this hit a little bit. It still does nice damage with that Volt Switch, since he was Scarfed. And then I bring back in Serena, which probably wasn't the best decision. This isn't a great matchup for me, especially since he didn't have an attack drop, so I get hit with that Flare Blitz, and it hits, and it kills. So there goes my Serena. And he takes a whole bunch of damage. And then some more from his Life Orb. And then I bring in Punchy Plant, my Breloom, and at this point he knew I was probably packing a Mach Punch, which indeed I am, which is what I use right now, so he switches out because he's like, well, I don't want to die. I think he also believed that he might be able to take me out with his Dodrio, but Mach Punch has that priority and stab, and even though it's not doing too much damage, or it did decent damage, it was enough to take it out. And then came Meloetta, which for Punchy Plant is a huge weakness, by I think 4 times, no, just 2 times weakness to the Psychic to the Fighting. So I bring back in GG Easy Bake, and I'm hoping at this point I might be able to take her out. I was able to take that hit, and I wasn't Scarfed this week with him, so I did not outspeed. So at this point I'm like, well, can't outspeed it for sure, so I'll just take this hit. We'll see. So down goes my Rotom Heat, and then at this point I've only got Punchy Plant left. I'm like, well, this isn't looking too good for me, and I knew I wasn't going to outspeed, so I just bring up the Mach Punch, hoping I can get maybe a critical hit, get lucky, but nope. She brings out another Psychic, just takes me down. So some bad picks this week, not really thinking about some of the worst case moves that certain Pokemon would be bringing, like Mega Aerodactyl and Manaphy. But take the loss. Look forward to next week when I face off against the Saffron City Sneasels, which is Evan. So that battle will be coming up next week. Hope to see you then. Bye-bye.